Hold on. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit, activate.
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You
Hold
cannot.
on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You
Hold
cannot.
on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You
Hold
cannot.
on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
All right. All right. I think y'all are activated. Correct. I think y'all are all activated. I'm pretty sure. You know. Okay. 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 Yes. Hold on. Sorry, one second. Almost ready. Almost ready. Yes. Hold on a second. Why y'all up in here dropping it low for Jesus? Why y'all up in here twerking for Jesus? Jesus. Okay. All righty. I'm sorry. I have a lot of information. I have a lot of information. So just trying to make sure I have it all. Okay. I have a lot to show you all. Yay. Okay. We will be live today at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on Coffee. Okay. We will be live tonight. Okay. What? Oh, Sean, don't do that. Turn the camera on. No. I do not. Let me put this stuff up on the screen because this is what this is about. This is what this is about. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Let me get rid of that. Good morning, everyone. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Okay. Now, Sean, we want to see you. People want world peace. Babe, this ain't make Burger King. You can't always have it your way, babes. Chrisean done burned bridges so bad. Her sisters got Peter Tyler. Correct, Nina. Oh, girl, something said, please. But hey, everyone. I love y'all. Hi to moderator. Hi, Tinkaboo. Hi. Uniquely, that's my girl. Hi, Tamia. Hi, Boo. Coco says, Sean, definitely want to see your pretty face. No, I don't want to be on camera like Chrisean sings correct. Teacher says, Sean, what? What? Hi, Kamika. Hi, Boo. Hi, Miss Lackey. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Green Eyes. Yes. Hi, Latanya. Hello, sweetie. Good morning. Oh, actually, it's afternoon here, so good afternoon. Hi, Angela Johnson. Beautiful. I'm glad you caught alive, sweetheart. Hi, Shrinking Sharon. Hi, Boo. Love you down. Hi, Soraya. Hi, Boo. Love you too. Hi, Erica. And the chat is flying. God, I'm popular. I am so popular. I'm looking at the other camera. Over there. I'm so popular. Sean Way popular. I love y'all. I could come on here without my camera on. Ooh, y'all be having y'all nerve. Visualize the eye rolls. Visualize. Y'all gotta see me every day. And I don't have to keep fighting with you all to the everybody's getting doxxed. Everybody that told me to turn my camera on, you're getting doxxed. Calling jobs and let them know what y'all be on YouTube doing. Okay? Ooh, y'all be having y'all nerve. Oh, girl. Y'all know what I look. See? I cannot. I can never like do what I want to do. Hey, Green Eyes, Boo. You know we need the facial expressions. Miss Williams, just visualize them, girl. Y'all know when I'm rolling my eyes. See? I'd have to have a camera for y'all to know that y'all would have known. Oh, my word. Hi, Tip West. I saw you. Babe, your sore lets you come over here? Tip West. Tip West. Hi. Hey, girl. Well, I love you. Yeah. I'm hoping the feeling's like still mutual. You know. And I'm a girl. So, yes. Hi, Mia. Generations. Hi, Boo. Hey, girl. That's my girl right there. Ooh, that's my girl. Hi, Queen of Intuition. Hello. I like to say hello, y'all, because there's a lot of new people that have been like kicking it for a while now. So y'all will be like have become like uncheckables. You know, the plastics know who they are, but a lot of people have become uncheckables. Like y'all are like in these streets women for me, and oh, I love it. I love y'all. Oh, I love y'all. Hi, Mimi. Hi, sweetheart. I love you too. Angie, hello. Hello, Miss Angel Coat. I like that name. Coco says, come back to Dallas, Sean, so we can hang out. Parents. I like Dallas. Houston is like my city. It's like my city. You know what I'm saying? Houston has like adopted Sean. Okay. Houston has proclaimed the Davy way. But I like Dallas. Dallas was a good time. I've been in Dallas a few times. And I always have a good time when I'm there, you know. So shout out to Dallas, absolutely. Brenda, hi boo. Kitty says we gonna be cutting up all day. Y'all, I feel like a lot of y'all are about to be kind of upset, you know, because I've been doing a lot of research because I've been sent a lot of stuff, right? And it's a lot. It's a lot. Whoa. Whoa. Chrisean, you are a piece of work. You really are. And the reason why Chrisean is a piece of work because as long as she been going around saying her son is fine, there's nothing wrong with my son is healthy, the more information comes out, the more we know how much she knows, which lets us know how much she has truly been neglecting Chrisean Jr. Okay. It's worse than we thought. Way worse than we thought. Okay. And what makes it worse is that she has publicly shown us that she is okay. And I've said this so many times. She's okay with her son perishing. She's come to terms with that. How I feel is, I've said this before too, she would rather him be gone because what he's going through is too much for her to deal with. It's way too much for her to deal with. Okay. Although everything Chrisean Jr. is going through is tolerable. Okay. He has already reached certain milestones, even just still being alive. That's a milestone. Literally. That's why we call him a miracle. Him breathing, him waking up are milestones. Literally. And for the community that is against Chrisean Jr. getting help, because if you're against anybody that's bringing up that he needs assistance, then you are okay, just like his mom, with him perishing. No one's saying that Junior needs help because we want to bash Chrisean. She does fine with that all on her own. All right. Chrisean don't need our help to be disliked. She's done a fine job. Okay. She don't need Sean. Okay. When we started me speaking on the situation did not make people dislike Chrisean. They already did. They already did. And I separated the two. Okay. We're raising awareness for a Black child. And the reason why I say Black child, this would not be happening with a poster child. Okay. A poster child would not be going through this. If this was Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, baby, people would have stepped in already. They would have stepped in already. I bullshit you not. Somebody would have, professionals would have gotten involved. Doctors, etc. They get involved. Top checks, whatever. The state, the county, the government, they get involved. Mm-hmm. I just feel that what Chrisean Jr. is going through is sad with the majority of these people, but because of what he comes from and what he looks like, it's not cared for. It's not cared about. It's like, oh well, you know? And in the Black community, I love my people, right? I love our community, but a lot of us do not educate ourselves on what is truly going on when someone has special needs or disabilities. Okay. We're not truly accessing the things that we could access to help them live better lives and prolong it. A lot of us do bare minimum, pretty much like make sure they're still alive. If they need changing and switching and positioning and stuff like that, we'll do those things. But we're not going above and beyond like we could. We could do better. But the only way for us to do better is if we knew better. It's not that a lot of Black people in the community don't want to access these things, that a lot of them don't know about them. They have no idea. This is why shows like this is important, because when we're doing research and showing people certain things, it's a lot of things that they're going through themselves or raising people going through or are married to someone that's going through and didn't know. But like, oh, I didn't know that. I've been going to his doctor's appointments all this time or her doctor's appointments all this time. And they never said that. Okay? Because a lot of things are being updated. A lot of things that didn't have diagnoses and stuff before have them now. So that's why it's important to research. That's why those things are important. Doesn't mean that Black people love their disabled children or special needs children or family members any less. They just don't know. A lot of them. Okay? They do bare minimum because that's what they know. They know bare minimum, so they do bare minimum. Okay? We gotta open up our brain palettes and try new things. This is why we worry so much for Chrisean Jr., because if we don't help him, my mic's cutting out. Hold on, let me check. We check the pump up the volume. Hold on, let me check my mic. Wrong button. I'll do it manually. Okay. How are we now? We good? How are we now? It's good. Sounds fine. Your mic is good over here. Okay. Are we on Androids? The people, what Galaxy do you have? What Galaxy? Which one? Droid. Are you on a Galaxy? What? BlackBerry? What you got over there? Flip phone? What you watching me on? Yeah. What? Okay. You have to get something with an Apple on it if you're going to be listening to Sean, because it sounds so much better on Apple products. Okay. I love you. And I promise you, your whole life, you're not going to be stuck with an Android. I promise. Eventually, the Lord, look at the Lord. The Lord is going to put it in your world. He's going to get an iPhone in your hand. He going to do that. I believe that. Okay. I love you guys. So, people in the chat, please stop speaking to me. You Android havers. Okay. Please leave me alone. All right. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? I can like Apple. Oh my God. I can like Apple. Y'all not going to about to Apple shame me? Okay. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to make me feel ashamed because I have like the top quality. Yeah. You're not going to do that. No, absolutely not. Okay. You're not going to privilege shame me. You're not going to do any of those things. Okay. I don't have to be here. Okay. Let's start there. Nah. Now let's get back into this. But if I was rudely interrupted, okay, by people that don't have a Safari on their phone. Okay. If I was rudely interrupted by Google Chrome, Lord. Oh my word, leave me alone. This is why y'all getting doxxed. This is why y'all getting doxxed. So I love y'all. So before I was rudely interrupted by people who still got buttons on their phone, guys, Correct. If I was really interested about people that don't have a cloud, but y'all mad at me. Anyways, so we're about to get into it. Recently, Chrisean Jr.'s brain scans have been leaked on the internet. Wow. We back talking about Chrisean Jr. Y'all should have got y'all leaks in when y'all had a chance. Leave me alone. Okay? Leave me alone. Moving right along, girl. No, y'all tried it. Trick and Sharon, get these people. Okay? Judah, y'all get these people. Silly, I'm not mean. What? I'm not doing. Are you mad at me? I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to talk about what's in the title. I'm trying to move on because I love y'all. I don't want to do this. I shouldn't have to fight every night to prove my love. I'm trying to move on. No one wants to let me. Yahweh. Oh, you're having me on nerve. Moving right along. Oh my goodness, this is a mess. So, guys, y'all need to calm your nerve. Okay, put your attitudes back in your purse. Okay, lock them back up in your androids. Nah. Lord have mercy. Angela, they are bothering me. And I'm thinking, this is what I mean. Me? Me? I'm like the nicest person ever. So, who's that? Look at this. I'm sorry. They were sending me tea. Sorry. They're sending me tea. So his brain records and brain scan were leaked online. I was like, oh my word. Okay. And of course, everybody sent it to me because y'all love me. I love y'all. And y'all know I genuinely care about what's going on with Junior, right? So I say why it's a shame with Chrisean, which we already know, like whatever. I don't need to go over how disgraceful the things that she has been doing is. But what leaked? His Chrisean Jr.'s brain scans. Okay. They did brain work on Chrisean Jr., well, brain test, I should say, on Chrisean Jr., and they found nothing good. Nothing good. Okay. And why I say we thought what Chrisean was doing, like neglecting him wise, was bad, it's worse than we thought. Way worse than what I thought. I was like, whoa, and she's in interviews talking about something he don't have to do. It's like, so I'm going to show you the leaks. Okay. The information has been redacted besides his name. I think that's important because people need to know that it's not just random records of someone with the same name or anything like that. No, it's Chrisean Jr. It also shows how old he was during the scans. I also want to talk about Chrisean Jr. brain, stop growing. I meant to say that his brain, from what the records show, it's possible that it stopped growing, that it's not going to grow anymore than what it is right now. And I also want to talk about Gelastic seizures, because we've seen a lot of what is described, the description, the term of Gelastic seizures. We've seen a lot of that with Junior. So when I've said in the past, like, just because he's smiling or just because he's laughing or it seems as if he's laughing, it doesn't mean that that's what's going on. Like, it could be something completely different until you get the tests done that need to be done so you can figure out what's going on with him. That's when you get to tell what's genuine and what's not. So when he's like genuinely smiling, or is he having a seizure right now, type of situation. And with him not being to the doctor since he was 1 month old. Junior is about to be 3 years old on September 3rd. It will be his golden birthday. Okay. And he has not been to the doctor since he was about a month and a half. No vaccinations, nothing. Okay. With his my charts being leaked, there's nothing that shows that he has been given anything prenatal. It doesn't show anything about the medications that have been prescribed to him. Again, when Junior was born, Junior was withdrawing when he was born. So there's medications that they do give the children for that. Okay, just like an addict needs methadone, and whatnot. Junior needed certain things too. Okay, because he was withdrawing from the person, the way of him getting their drugs. He couldn't get anymore because he got him being in her system. I mean, being in her stomach. So everything in her system went in his system. You know what I'm saying? The whole, umbilical cord, all of that. Food don't just go there. Alcohol goes down there. Drugs go down there. All of that go down there to the baby too, right? So yes, like is it clonidine? Is that how you say it? Clonidine? Is that how you say it? Yeah. So he was prescribed certain things at birth. Those are records that I looked. Those are hard to redact because it's so much information of his that I don't want to show. So I'm still redacting those. So I'll do that in tomorrow's show. I'll show y'all that. But today we'll talk more about his brain. And yeah, he needs anti-seizure meds several times a day. And not just anti-seizure meds. Junior has multiple types of seizures, and because there's multiple things wrong with his brain. It's not just like one thing. Okay. He has multiple things wrong. This is how you know that he has multiple diagnoses, because for each diagnosis, for each brain infraction that they saw in his head, there's a diagnosis for. So it's like, whoa, there is a lot going on with this poor guy. So without holding you, I'm going to start pulling these things up so you can see what I am talking about. All right. So let's start with this. Okay. Pull this up for you all. And we're going to get right into it. So let's pull this up first, and then I have all of the definitions pulled up as well. So we'll get into those after. Okay. So this is Junior's chart, one of his charts that have been leaked online. And this one is about his brain. So it says more of the My Chart was released showing that Junior was taken to the doctors when he was 1 month old, around the time of his hernia surgery, and they did tons of tests on him. I took parts with Chrisean's name. I took out the parts with Chrisean's name, so this post won't be deleted. Go to X to see the full pic. So if y'all know I went over to Twitter, I got everything I needed from over there. Absolutely. And we will be talking more about that tomorrow, but we're going to focus just on his brain today. So from the MRI work, it says MRI neonatal brain. And then it says XR genetic survey, less than 1 year. And as you see, the dates are beneath it. October 6th, 2023, October 5th, 2023, October 5th, 2023. Okay. Same thing with the last one with the US neonatal brain. Okay. So I'm showing this to show you that this is the last document, and well, some of the last documents inside of his My Chart. So they don't really stem past 2023. That is the year he was born. Okay, he was born in 2023. So he hasn't been back to the doctor since, because it would be updated in his My Chart. There are no updates. Okay, there are no other updates. Okay, so even if he went in and got a flu shot, like she said, they gave him a flu shot, and that's why he's sick like that. That was a lie, because it would have been updated inside of his My Chart. There is no flu shot. Junior's My Chart indicates that he never got a flu shot ever in his life. He's never had one. But when he was sick And we heard him in the back of that car and in the front seat of that car when he was extremely congested. She was saying that he was like that because she took him to the doctor, got him a flu shot, and they said that after they get flu shots, they get sick. Which, no, they don't. The whole shot is to prevent them getting sick. And if they have any type of sickness, like even a common cold, they won't give them a shot until they're healed, until they're, good to go. They're not going to do anything like that because shots can like raise the kid's temperature, and stuff like that. There are side effects to shots, but it usually isn't them getting sick. Like that's not, I'm going to go get a flu shot and then it's like, what? I'm like, why would a doctor tell you that? Like, you're lying. You're not telling the truth because if Junior just got a flu shot, then they would have known that he was sick when they get, that's why they check the child. They'll check their lungs. They'll check their breathing from front and back. They'll check their heart rate. They'll check all of those things. When you're sick, okay, those things are going to be off. And when they're off, that's when they start taking temperatures, looking in your ears, all of that. Okay, girl, ain't nobody stupid but you. That don't even make sense. A doctor would not have given that boy a shot ill. No, they would not have. Okay? They would have prescribed like either some over-the-counter or they would have gave you some type of antibiotic themselves. Ain't anybody dumb? I'm like, what are you talking about? Don't do that. Girl, we got kids. They ain't changed the rules. They just updated things like my charts, and stuff like that. Now we can look on our phone and get our kids' records instead of having to go to the doctor's office to do it. That's pretty much the only thing that done changed. From paper to electronic. But other than that, same shots, same ones. The only time it's a new shot if it's a new illness. Otherwise, if the illness existed when I went and got shots, I would have got the same vaccination. Same one. They ain't different. They're the same ones. So that's the only thing that done changed. It went from paper to electronic. That's it. Paper to computer. That's it about it. That's all. Everything else, still the same. They still give you penicillin. Well, most stuff, they do. Unless you're allergic. Cut it out. Cut it out. They still call it the flu. That ain't changed. There's been different strands, but that's about it. Still the flu. And you're mad. So it's like, don't do that. So she lied to us once again. Oh, I took him to the doctor. Even in the car. There's nothing wrong with my baby, bro. Why y'all keep mentioning my baby? Because you ain't worried. We ain't even there and we scared for him. Looks like, are you okay? So with these the brain work that they did, the brain test, that they did, let me make this big, that they did on Junior. Okay, there's a breakdown. I'm gonna make that a little bigger so I can read it to y'all. So it says the medical test shown. So and these are medical tests, okay? And they absolutely went and researched the exact ones, okay, to figure out what these tests mean. So it says breakdown of medical tests. All right, now I'm going to show that one more time. These are tests, as you see, okay? These are what these are. Not diagnoses, test, all right? So it says breakdown of medical test. MRI neonatal brain. This is a high-resolution 3D scan of a newborn's brain used to look for injuries like brain bleeds, swelling, swelling or developmental issues. You can find the detailed technical information through MRI of the neonatal brain. So you could click that, which I absolutely did. US neonatal brain. A cranial ultrasound that uses sound waves to create images of the infant's brain through the soft spot. It's a safe, radiation-free way to screen for structural abnormalities or bleeding. Okay. Then it says the U.S. abdomen complete. It says a complete ultrasound of the belly to check the health organs like liver, gallbladder, kidneys, and spleen. More details available at the end. And then it says, SNP-based analysis, sorry. A high-level genetic test, SNP array that scans the entire genome to find missing or extra pieces of DNA chromosomal imbalances. So again, these tests is what they were testing for. All right. This is what they were testing for. Now, why would they do these type of tests? Okay. They would only do these type of tests if they know that something's wrong. If the brain is normal, they don't run these tests. There's no reason to. They run the test to see what's all going on. Okay. There's things going on. But it's like now we need to see, like go in there and look, for ourselves, right? So let's keep going. Hold on 1 second. Let's keep going. So this is also part of the doc's information. And then it says Boone 9S head US. And then it says 32 DOM. Then it says 21 DO with dysmorphic features and microphthalmia, right? So then I went to go look these things up because, of course, I'm no doctor. So I'm not even going to act like I just understand because I don't. So, sorry, 1 second. Okay, I'm going to pull this up now. Okay, yes, stop sharing. And I want to share the microphthalmia because that is a diagnosis, the list that we were just reading. Right here. So I want to pull this up. Okay, and look at what this says. So this says, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. To understand the implications of a brain scan indicating dysmorphic features and microphthalmia, consider the following points. Dysmorphic features refers to physical anomalies that indicate genetic or developmental disorders. All right. So part of the brain scan that they did, they found that that his brain had dysmorphic features, and some of the abnormalities that they found was that he will have developmental disorders, meaning multiple. So it could be one, or through them doing their research, doctors, they can find multiple. So they can say like, okay, well, we did find, some abnormalities. And with this abnormality in his brain, we're diagnosing him with this because of, with other brain scans from previous children and whatnot, comparing, when I do doctors doing what they do. Right. So with that being said, that shows you right there that he had a list of specialists in the first doc's paperwork that was put up about Chrisean Jr. So I'm like, okay, well, that completely makes sense. And then the microcephaly, is that how you say that? A condition where the head is smaller than normal, often associated with developmental delays. I don't know why that word keeps kicking my butt. Delays. So there's definitely delays that we've seen with Junior, which causes him to not be able to reach certain milestones like, walking, talking, crawling, eating, as well as his cerebral palsy being one of the things that may affect more so of like the eating, and stuff like that. But let's keep going. Potential causes. So it says can result from genetic factors, prenatal exposure to toxins, or infections during pregnancy. This is why the doctor came in a room, Chrisean, and told you, like your sister Tareen said, girl, that you have certain things, okay, STD related. We would prefer to have you have a cesarean, a C-section, to prevent certain exposure to your child during birth. Chrisean said, no, I want to have him natural because she didn't want to mess up the tattoo that she had on her torso area, a blue face. Because they would have had to cut over the tattoo. That's why she said that she didn't want to do it. Literally. Okay, he has microphone. It says it on his paperwork. Okay. So with that being said, it says right there, potential causes can result from genetic factors, prenatal exposure to toxins, or infections during pregnancy. Okay. So she did all of the above: the exposure to toxins, um, and the infections during pregnancy. And she also did no prenatals. Okay. It's in the RN's paper, or I think she's an RN. It's in the nurse's paperwork that there was zero prenatal care. Zero. None. Nothing. Okay. Not one vitamin, nothing. Zero prenatal care. Okay. She did nothing. Okay. So let's keep going. Crazy work. Crazy work. So it says associated risk may lead to cognitive impairments, learning disabilities, or other neurological issues. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Further evaluation. Additional tests may be needed to determine the underlying cause and implications for development. This is why Chrisean did not want to take this boy back to the doctor. Okay? This is why. And this is all happening. They're running these tests while he's getting the hernia, right? While she's getting the hernia taken care of. They're running these tests on him. So, in her mind, that they're just doing tests for the hernia. No. That's not how it works in doctors' offices, sweetie. If they are mandated reporters, one, they can lose their job if they don't do what they're supposed to do. And just based off looking at your child, they knew. Okay? Just like they knew when your child was being born that there was a lot of things wrong. Okay? It's a lot wrong. It's a lot going on here. Not only is this baby withdrawing, okay, from hard drugs at birth, he's also coming out of an infected canal. But there's a lot happening here. A lot. A lot. Okay? So it gives that this is the reason why she didn't take him in, because with further testing, the underlying is going to be her. What she did during her pregnancy is the result of what happened to this child. That's why I feel that she didn't want to keep going through with the testing. Because why not? Why not figure out what's going on with your kid? Why just get the hernia taken care of and then throw caution to the wind? Like, why? I mean, you're already here. You will have a better chance of keeping him if you just got all this worked out medically. Okay? Instead of running. Because that is what she's doing. We've preached this so many times, and I've seen so many people in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Y'all have told Chrisean to do this over and over and over. Intervention options. Early intervention programs can help address developmental challenges and support growth. Chrisean, this is why we said that this stuff needs to happen now. This is why the sooner this is done, the better. Okay? It's pronounced microcephaly. Microcephaly? 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 Is that microcephaly? Sorry. These medical words. All these words, honey. I be trying. That's why I go right and Google it. I go right and Google it, like right away. I don't even try to act like I know. I'm like, if I can't pronounce it, I damn sure don't know what it means. If I can't pronounce it, I damn sure don't know what it means. So I always go look like right away, like, okay, what's the definition of that? What's this word? What's that mean? You know what I'm saying? I would at least go try to like educate myself on these things, but I know some of these words. But yeah, so that's why early y'all said small brain. Hold on, let me pull this back up. No, we haven't even got to. Hold on. Let me pull this back up. Oh yeah. Stop sharing. Yeah, stop sharing. Stop sharing that. We're done with that. I want to pull up this. Okay, so I showed you what they found, right? And this is what they're stating that they found. Boom, the bloom, and say we just talked about all of that. So then here and on the next page is letting us know what all this means, right? So it says breakdown of the text. Then it says Bloom 9S head US. This likely refers to a head ultrasound performed on an infant named Bloom, or potentially using a system or protocol label Bloom. This is a common medical abbreviation for a 32-day-old male. Okay, so that is stating how old Junior is. Okay, it can determine that as well. And these tests were done in October. Junior was born in September, right? Okay, so it was about a month later, because I believe a lot of these tests happen like 2-3 days after the 3rd, like the 5th or something like that of October. So that's partially them explaining, like in code, what they found. All right, that's why I'm saying like working in the doctor field is like amazing, because they have all of these really cool things. So dysmorphic features. This term is used by healthcare providers to describe physical features that are significantly different from what is typically expected, which can sometimes suggest an underlying genetic syndrome. Okay. And then that word y'all told me to pronounce correctly. This is a condition where the infant's head size is much smaller than expected for their age and sex. It often occurs because the brain did not develop properly during pregnancy or stopped growing after birth. Chrisean. So it's a high probability that your son's brain stopped growing after he was born. A high probability. Chrisean. So Junior brain stopped growing? Is this why you were in that interview stating that you don't feel like there's anything that you can do for your son before this Danza project interview? So is this what they told you at the appointment? That it's a high probability that his brain has stopped growing? Or is it a high probability that you start running, because this is also the determining factors of a child that has been shaken? Do I have to pull the video back up? Chrisean, that was before you took Junior to get his hernia surgery. That was before. So when we said in that video, did you shake him? Did you? Did you? Did they ask you if he had been shaken? Is that another reason why you just ran? Because remember, he was supposed to have a follow-up surgery after the hernia surgery, Chrisean. He never got it. He never got it. Is that why? Were they asking you if you ever shook him? Did the doctors ask if anybody has ever hurt him, or asked you if you got frustrated in the middle of the night or anything? Asked you how often does he cry? Were they asking you questions like that? You ain't like that? You ain't like them questions? Hold on. One second. Because we come with receipts. We come with receipts. Hold on, Chrisean. Is that why you don't want to take him back? Is that why you was just like, no, you good on all that? You good on all that? You good? Never forget. Junior was a baby. Not even a month old.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you serious? Because you know what I'm saying? What we finna do? You gotta clean up your little Instagram and stop fucking playing. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or we just gonna be outside, not happy. You feel me? Because obviously he outside, he not happy. I'm outside and not happy. So that was the whole, process of okay. I'm sorry. Why your feelings be hurt like that? Okay. You're only crying.
Is that what was going on? Is that why you don't want to take him in? That's why you don't want to do the follow-up? That's why he ain't been to the doctor basically since he was about a month and like 4 or 5 days old? Okay. Because these are also the same indicators. Same indicators. Okay, let me pull that back up. Same indicators of a child that has been shaken. Same ones. Okay. It says this condition is where an infant's head size is much smaller than expected for their age and sex. It often occurs because the brain did not develop properly during pregnancy or stopped growing after birth. See, Chrisean, if you would have kept taking him to the doctor, they would have been able to determine that. For you to stop taking him to the doctor, meaning if you would have kept taking him to the doctor, they could have determined if he has this because his brain, because of what was happening during the pregnancy, or that this happened after. This is why they take and run tests on him so that they can compare the brain waves, but you stopped taking him. Why? Why? That's weird. That's weird. Yeah. So it could have been his brain is like that due to what you did to him while you were pregnant with him, or it could be what you did after he was born. After. And in that video, Chrisean was Junior was weeks old in that video. That cry, he had that when he was little. Okay, he don't have that same kind of like high-pitched cry. That's why everyone thought that he had Crudichat or Crudichal, however you say that. That's why everybody thought that that's what he had because of the high-pitched scream when he would cry. Okay, if it sears people's ears just listening to online, I can only imagine what the cry would sound like in person because it's projected. And another thing I noticed when Blueface's father did return Junior, he was exhausted. He was exhausted. So that high-pitched scream, that's like a fire alarm in the house. So again, it can be unbearable, to a certain degree. So I can understand a person being frustrated, but it doesn't mean shake the child. It doesn't mean shake him to silence him. And I do believe that that's what she does, and just in my opinion. I'm not saying that I know that for a fact. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying in my opinion, based off of that video, hearing that video, I do think she shakes him for silence. I do. It's just how I feel. It's one of the quickest ways to make a child be quiet. And I believe the reason why he was quiet after, she went over there and whatnot, shook him and whatnot, I believe it's because, one, his brain had to function again, being like, shaking back and forth, that, the trauma to the head, whatnot. And then having to catch your breath, too. So that's another reason why he could have been silent. Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. And let's do insult to injury. Hold on, because there's more. So there's also what has been exposed on Chrisean Jr. is, this is so sad. His x-ray. Okay. That is Junior's brain. That is Junior's brain. Hold on one second. I'm going to pull this up too. I forgot to show y'all this. So that's the x-ray of Junior's brain. Oh, I forgot to put brain. Okay, so this is right here a 1 month old's brain. I'm going to show you one that I'm going to show you the average. So I should have showed y'all that first so y'all can see what we are dealing with here. This is an x-ray of a normal 1 month old's brain. Because we have to remember the x-ray was taken when Junior was 1 month old. Okay. So this right here is an x-ray of a 1 month old baby boy. Okay. Now, I'll take a good look at it. A good look at it. Look at the back of the brain. Look at the front lobe. Look at all that. Okay. That's normal. Average. Right there, right? And then we have Junior. Look at Junior's. Crazy work. Poor guy. Poor guy. And he's getting no assistance. This is why early intervention, because it can help. It can help. It can make his brain stronger. You know? So they're stating, yes, his frontal lobe is undeveloped, correct. Yes, it's missing. It's not there. It's not there. Like, this broke my heart when I saw this. Like, definitely had to prepare myself. That's why I dropped my little tear, because I was so saddened by. I'm just like, wow. And it stated that what they diagnosed him with is that his brain will, at this point, it won't grow. His brain won't grow anymore. Like, this is it. And he's already missing so many different parts of his brain. So with this being stated, Junior has all type of seizures. This is why frontal lobes help block seizures. They assist. You need your frontal lobe for that's one purpose. What that missing, this is why the poor kid just has seizures all the time. And seizures are painful. All seizures hurt. Okay, there's no painless seizure. Every seizure hurts. Every single one of them. Okay, whether it's a violent one where you're falling on the ground convulsing, or whether it's the one to where it's absent, or aloof, or like literally all seizures hurt. They're all painful. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. This is this poor kid's brain. Poor guy. That is him. Okay. And at his age, his poor guy, his nose and stuff wasn't even necessarily formed. Wow. This is what you did to your kid. Yes, no bridge. Chris says he has no nose, and that's also what was going on in between the poor guy's legs. There was no like. It's like I feel like they determined that he was a boy because of how swollen his testicles were. And it wasn't even his testicles, it's a hernia surrounding, like in the middle of where his testicles are supposed to be. So his testicles are like to the side. This is why they had to rebuild, they had to reconstruct him. That's how bad it was. And she didn't bring him back in to get reconstructed. That didn't happen. They just got rid of the hernia. That's all they did. They didn't do nothing else. They didn't get a chance to. She didn't allow him because he was so young. You know how they feel about putting children that young under anesthesia. Now, that was dire. It was dire that he get that hernia removed because most doctors would go against putting a baby under surgery. If they can wait, they'll wait. If they can give them some more time, they'll give them some more time. Okay. But if they are in agonizing pain, they're going to do something. So when y'all heard Junior screaming in the video that I just played, he had the hernia still. He had that hernia that was about as big as like a little orange. And he was an infant. Like as big as a kiwi. It was huge. Never seen anything like that before in my life. I never want to again. Crazy. So him crying like that, she talking about some, oh, you know, I'm trying to break him from break. Girl, are you okay? He had a hernia bigger than a golf ball. That hurts. That's painful. And he a baby. Like, whoa. So, yeah. This is his brain. Because of his mother. From what the doctors gathered, they don't believe his brain will grow anymore. Now, what they can't determine is, did this happen while she was pregnant? Or did this happen after birth? And for it to happen after birth, it usually has something to do with the child being injured in some type of way. Okay? It's not just after birth and then just all of a sudden, like the brain stopped growing. There's reasons for it. Okay, some of the developmental issues could be because of what she was doing during birth. And then when he was born, his brain could have stopped growing due to underlying issues that were already happening, you know, or it could have stopped growing because of certain things that was happening to him, you know, like shaking baby and, you know, things like that. So it could be either or, you know. This is why I feel like she ran, why she didn't want to keep doing these tests, why she wants to sit there and say that she's going to allow God to heal her kid. Okay. Like just one day, he's just going to wake up and it's just going to happen. How if his brain stopped growing? How? You know? I think he was born like this. B spot. That's a high probability. We'll never know if she don't take him in to see. Because it could have everything to do with how he was born 100%. What was done to him while he was in that womb. And he came out and then boom. This is just what the result of it is. You know, it could definitely be because of what happened in the birthing canal. For sure. It absolutely could. Or it could be something else. It could be what happened after he was born. Something happened after. We won't know that. And she don't want to. She don't want to know. She don't want to know. Yeah, y'all see any of these crustaceans, any of these blatant window licking rock tards, handle them. Do what y'all feel like y'all need to do. Harass the hell out of them. Yeah, so because I mean, this is crazy work. So when I say you can be pro him not being here anymore. Is this Michael? That's what, yes, is what's being displayed inside of his paperwork. Yes. Is it microcephaly? Microcephaly? Is that how you say it? But yeah, so it definitely shows. So we've seen Junior. Let me pull this up too. We've seen Junior. Okay, we will be later. We will be live tonight on Coffee. Okay, we will be live tonight on Coffee at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be live tonight on Coffee. We absolutely will be. So I wanted to pull this up too. Oh, she's so annoying. Listen.
Dr. Trev, I need you, bro. I don't have a mouthpiece. I want it basically all white with Yahweh, but Yahweh's to be black across the top. Hit your girl back.
Okay. Now, I wasn't listening to Chrisean because I don't give a fuck about what she was talking about. Listen to the breathing. That is Chrisean Jr. in the background. His breathing is still terrible. Listen to the breathing in the background, okay? That is Chrisean Jr. Okay, he's in the bed with her. Okay, listen again.
Dr. Trev, I need you, bro. I don't have a mouthpiece. I want it basically all white with Yahweh, but Yahweh's to be black across the top. Hit your girl back.
How can you? I could never be comfortable with any child being around me breathing like that. I could never. I could never gain, become immune to that sound, to that type of breathing. Sounds like a panting. Doesn't sound like a breathing. Like, you shouldn't be able to hear someone breathing like that. Like, it shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're laying like face to face, then it's like, okay, the breathing can be a little louder. But that means you can hear him breathing like that in any room. Like, I just don't like that. That really bothers me. It really does. Because it just makes me feel like there's things trapped in his lungs and he can't breathe out of his nose. So he is sitting there like gasping for air out of his mouth because it's so hard for him to use his nostrils to breathe. That means that a person is having breathing issues, not that a person is okay. It does not mean that. That still irritates my soul. But so we've seen Junior. We've seen him. Hold on, I want to show this too. We've seen Junior do a lot of smiling and whatnot. Hold on, actually, let me show that first. Let me do that first. Let me show Junior. Uh-uh. No, not music, Lord. Okay, I'm going to show this one real quick. And then we'll get into the Gelastic Seizures. Okay, stop sharing. Now let's share Junior. So Junior does this often. Okay, you'll see him smile. What's this AI? No, this is AI. That's Junior, but I feel like this is AI. Yeah, that's AI. Okay, so we've seen Junior. Be lifted higher. Jesus, you'll be lifted higher.
that's not this.
It's not.
This is
Yeah, so we see Junior clapping. He smiles. He's so handsome, such a handsome little guy, such a cutie. So we see him smiling, happy. You know, we've seen that. But I've always said, like, is that him like genuinely happy, or is there certain things going on with him? And I'm going to show you what I mean by that right now. Because gelastic seizures are the same thing. And let me explain what a gelastic seizure is before I show y'all this video. Oh, I'm already on it. Right here. Okay. A gelastic seizure, also known as gelastic epilepsy, is a rare type of seizure that involves a sudden burst of energy, usually in the form of laughing. The syndrome usually occurs for no obvious reason and is uncontrollable. It is slightly more common in males than females. This syndrome can go for very long periods of time without a diagnosis. As it may resemble normal laughing or crying, it occurs infrequently. It has been associated with several conditions such as temporal and frontal lobe lesions? Yeah, I think that's what it says. Tumors, and more. Okay, the main sign of gelastic seizure is a sudden outburst of laughter with no apparent cause. So a lot of times we'll see Chrisean Jr. and he'll be laughing, clapping, doing certain things, and it'll be for no reason at all. Like it'll just be random. Frozen? I'm frozen? I'm frozen? Me? Am I frozen? Sorry. I know y'all saying chat I'm frozen. Am I frozen or are we good? Are we good? Come show y'all this video if we good. Good now. Okay. So did y'all hear me explain frontal gelastic surgeries? Oh, I freeze anytime I type another tab. Oh, it's because I don't have it up on. Oh, I have to add it to the stage. That's what I have to add it to the stage. My fault. Sorry. Okay. So, but you should have still been able to hear me. Okay, 1 second. So I'm gonna pull up this video real quick of gelastic seizures.
His whole body is twitching, shaking. Those are Gelastic seizures. They're smiles. Sometimes they're giggles. Sometimes they're words, and they just don't stop. They just keep spitting them out left and right.
Y'all see? He's having a gelastic seizure.
They don't know what triggers it, what causes them. These are all day. Look at that pain in his face and tries to smile through all these seizures. That's pain. All that. He doesn't chat. He's nonverbal for most things. So knowing what's going on, you just have to try to figure it out. You can't run to the doctor. This is every day, all day and all night. Everyone responding to like an hour of seizures, so I'm a little afraid. I'm trying to figure out what to do with these. But this is what it's like too. He doesn't want to sit ever. He can't find anything to sit and relax. Can you play some trains, please? Sucks. Your seizure is still there. All right, play your trains. Daddy's good. His whole body's.
So with the gelastic seizures, Junior does this. He does. He'll just get random bursts of energy, you know. And when he does, Chrisean will be like, "Oh, you want to get down? You want to get down?" It's like that may not be what's going on. There's times where you'll see Junior, he'll just be smiling and whatnot, just like this young boy's father was stating that when he was smiling through the pain. You know, the seizures are painful. Okay. when he's doing things like that, Junior, he getting poked in the eye and just laid in the other room. That's why I feel like she just places him inside of that playpen, and whatnot. She doesn't understand what's going on, and this is exactly what could be happening. And this is why Junior needs structure. Like when his son was having the gelastic seizure, he sat there, he waited with him, he waited until he felt it was done. Once he stood up, he felt like, okay, well, maybe he's feeling a little better, or it could just be a different burst of energy throughout this seizure. So he tries to get him to try to stimulate his mind by saying, okay, go to your trains. As you see, he had his trains on the floor, and he had his son go to the trains. So he said trains, the son went right to him. He had that structure, stability. Junior needs that in order to figure out what's happening, in order to get a better handle on these things, because they are random and it's uncontrollable. Like, you really can't control it. There really isn't any like medicine or anything for it. As of recently, it was just looked at as just uncontrollable laughter. When it's not, it's actually a painful seizure that's happening, and it's happening, and it's more so common in males. It just does happen with females too, but it is more common with males that are going through it. And the majority of them are not verbal. The majority of the males that suffer from this, from gelastic seizures, are not verbal. So his son can't verbalize that he's in pain, but he knows that his son is in pain, right? But Junior will smile like Chrisean and she'll be, oh, I love the love, I love the love. It's like that, but that may not be what's going on. I mean, with this young boy, why wouldn't the father want to take him as smiling, and laughing, and having a good time, having a good day? Why you don't think he want to take it that way too? You think every time this young man goes to smile or laugh that his father wants to feel like he's in pain? No, but he knows the difference of him smiling and laughing because he sees something funny or just has a random thought, versus to his son having a seizure because he's getting him the medical help and early intervention. So he can tell the difference, okay? Because there are other signs, cold and clammy hands and feet, etc. There are other things to let you know if it's a seizure or if it's just him laughing at something. Okay? That's how he knows. There's other measurements to go through, other signs that will allow him to know what his son is going through. With Junior, nobody knows. That's why when other people see Junior smiling and things like that, they just think that he's just happy. When he could be, or he could be in immense pain right now. Immense pain. Yeah. Because the really sad part about Junior is that he suffers from so many different things. It's not just like one thing. With this young man, it's less. So it's easier for them to dictate what's going on with him and when it's happening. With Junior, poor guy going through so damn much. He's never had a day of peace. His whole, from pregnancy to birth, hell. Pain and suffering is the majority of what he knows. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so much going on with him that we don't know what to pinpoint what. Like, what's key in Junior's life right now is stability and consistency. He doesn't have either. He doesn't have either one of those. And for her to just sit around and just feel like she's going to let God, because when she's sitting in that Danza interview, she's not saying that she's waiting for God to heal him. I believe it's the opposite, because she's dark. She's waiting for God to take him. She's waiting for God to take him. She don't want to give her baby to nobody on earth. Boom. Boom. She don't want to give her baby to Tessa, Tarina. She want to give her baby to God. That's who she want to give him to. God. It's a profit off of that. Rather insurance policy or clout. There's a profit. She don't want to give her baby to nobody here on earth. That's just how I feel. That's what she was saying. That's why she blaming God. If you don't fix them, take them. Boom. In the story. Fix them or take them. That's what I got from it. I don't know about y'all, but go listen to it again. Fix him or take him away from me. That's it. That's all. I'd rather him be with you than anybody else. That's why I feel that she is content with him perishing. This is why I say that. She's content. You know? Not that I feel like she literally sitting around like looking in the playpen like, you still alive? No, I don't feel like it's like that. But I do feel like it's that way. How do you say that a child that needs so much assistance will get none and expect them to thrive? How? From what his doctor notes say, his brain pretty much stopped growing. And they wanted to figure out what they could do about it. You said no. Yahweh. So yeah, I feel that she is completely content with it. Like she's already made peace in her mind, peace in her soul with God taking Junior away. Ronnie went to high school with this girl. She dated Ronnie for years, on and off. That man passed, and from what we gather, she ain't shed a tear. Didn't shed a tear. She knew Ronnie longer than Junior. Why is Junior more important than Ronnie? He's not. She's offed umpteen of her children. And she states it as if she went to the store and bought some milk, didn't drink it, and just threw it out. Not I got rid of a child. And when most people, that's even hard for them to talk about. It was not an easy thing to discuss. You know? With her, it's like she had a stamp card at the abortion clinic. They knew her by face. And not because she was on social media. And then you finally have a child, and this is what you do. This is what you do. Knowing that boy need so many different things. And at this point, if she would have been doing it, he about to be 3 years old. A lot of it could be done already. A lot of it could be done. That's why it gives, you don't want that. It gives, she doesn't want that. She doesn't. She wants God to either fully heal him or take him. Heal him or take him. Thank you so much, Mary, for the cash app. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I really appreciate you. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, so heal him or take him. And we'll break that down in the next live. You know, heal him or take him away from me. Because nobody here will get him. Child protection, my family, none of them will get him. Okay? Me or you. Me or you. This is why I truly don't be calling child protection on her like that. Because I do feel like Chrisean would do something to that boy. I do. I could see Chrisean disappearing with him. Her coming back, but not so much him. I could see that. I really could. I could see her coming back on social media and everybody like, where's Junior? Where's Junior? Where's Junior? I could see that. She's already tried like hiding him from people and what like so again, I don't want to push her back against the wall. I don't want to do that because she's crazy. Like there's something wrong with her. Like she is not together. It's a lot wrong with her. It really is. I don't want to chance that. I don't want to put Junior in that type of danger. He's already in danger, you know. So I don't want to put that on him because she's capable of anything and everything at the same time, you know. So I don't want to do that. I really would not. I feel like with the public calling CPS and stuff like that on her, I think she'll bat an eye to that. But somebody like me doing it, I think it would be different. I think it would be a lot different. You know, we done made her get car seats, comb his hair, put him in a playpen instead of a stroller at least. Like she listens. She absolutely does. She listens. She here right now. So again, I'm not gonna push her back against the wall. I'm not gonna do that. I would rather Junior be removed peacefully than she take the boy, throw him in the car, and just pull off. And no one knows where she, you know, nobody sees her for days or weeks or him for days or weeks. No. I don't want that. So, crazy work. Absolutely. This was heavy. Very heavy. These topics are heavy. Shout out to Navy Beans. She says, "Hi, Sean. Hi, Boo. Love you, show. Love you too." Krusty waited 3 whole days after her water broke before she got the janky bird. Such a sick freak. Yeah. Tell them how you really feel, Navy. Tell them how you really feel, Navy. Navy says, ugh. Y'all feel about her how I feel about her. It's like, ugh. Shout out to Truman Church. She says, "Hi all. I will replay. Hi Truman. Love you, Truman. Mwah. Love you, Truman. Love you, Truman." So I heard CR gets visitation with Junior. Is that true? No. Junior has not been taken from Chrisean. That is not true. I also heard somebody saying something too about Terrence, his uncle, having him. That's not true either. Not at all. That video that I just showed y'all and told y'all to listen to Chrisean breathing in the background, that was from last night. That's literally on Chrisean's Instagram right now. It's on her Instagram. Like if you type her story, it's the last. Well, unless she posted more, it was the last story that I saw. It was her in the bed talking. It was a little longer, but yeah. No, she still has Chrisean Jr. in her custody. Correct. Yeah, it was either last night or early in the morning. One or the other, that video that I just showed y'all. I believe it was either last night or like early in the morning. But Junior was with her. She did have him. Again, I think that she has Junior going to her other family church with like Tessa and where Tareen, and because Charlotte goes to that church. And Chrisean used to go to that church too. That's why Chrisean goes to Faith City, because her mama used to go. But yeah, so I do think Chrisean was mad about Tareen, but she knows Tareen goes to that church, so I think she would be mad if Tareen like had Junior. I think that would probably be a problem. But yeah, I think she's doing that because of the people at her church at Faith City. They're always taking pictures of Junior and recording him. And at the other church, they kind of leave Junior be. Besides just like loving on him and, you know, saying how he's doing, you know, and stuff like that, they give Junior peace and space and privacy at that church. But at Chrisean's church, they've been like on it. And also, CPS has been coming to that church like every Sunday. Literally. 1 second, y'all. Oh, sorry, I have to sneeze. Sorry, I have to sneeze. But yeah, but CPS has been coming to their church pretty much like every Sunday. But like the last couple Sundays, people have been sending CPS to the church. Correct. They have been stopping them at the door. For what I've been told, they have not let them in. And I believe the first night they started coming back was the performance when she was over there. When she was over there, you know what I'm saying? One fish, two fish, green fish, red fish. When she was over there, knick-knack, paddywhack. That was the second time, I believe. I think that was the second time CPS that came to the church. And that's why Junior wasn't there. Because everybody was like, well, where's Junior? Where's Junior? And then this Sunday just passed and Junior was at the church again with Tessa and their family. So that's another reason I think the church members and people call it CPS. So I feel like she's been hiding Junior. Also, the gym. She hasn't really been bringing Junior to the gym anymore either, because people keep sending CPS to the gym as well. Okay. Sean, did she call? Did the cops come because I called? I don't know about that, but I did hear that CPS have been attending the church. Okay, even sitting like in the congregation type, like sneaking in, pretending to be members, so that they can find Junior. Is what I've been hearing. Okay, so she's just been letting Junior go to church elsewhere, and she hasn't really been bringing him to the gym either. Correct. So yeah, y'all are all over it, and she knows that y'all are all over it. And again, yeah, she's hiding Junior. Okay. And another thing, but people say, they're like, well, why can't the police do anything? Unless CPS brings you up, I mean, CPS will have to report her in order for the police to get involved. The CPS will have to get involved too. Being a bad parent isn't necessarily like against the law. Like, don't get me wrong, like there's crimes for being a bad parent. But I mean, if you're just crappy as a parent, that's against the law. So it's not much police can do unless someone is in like immediate danger. Other than that, it's really not too much. You know, they intervene when CPS tells them to. That's when they intervene. Like if CPS has a removal, they're like, okay, we're removing this child and you won't give up the baby or children, they're getting the police involved. Then the police will like make you. They will force the children away from you. Kicking and screaming, if they have to. So if it's not there, it's really not much, police can do. So, I mean, if y'all want to call the police, let me be quiet. I was gonna say I got something for y'all to report. If y'all want to call the police, I got something y'all can report, girl. I got something the police don't want to hear. Yeah. I've been doing some wellness checks and whatnot. Ooh, girl. Okay, I have to get out of here. And we will be live in 3 hours on coffee, okay? 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hold on, but before I leave, because we will come back tomorrow, and I have a bunch of more stuff that I would like to show y'all. When I say it's bad, it's bad. I just want to give it to y'all in doses. I know this can be a lot of energy being pulled from you. 1 minute you're in a decent mood, and then the next it's like you're depressed. That's why I try to do comedic shows too, to where we're having fun and where we're laughing, because these type of conversations can be so draining. They could be extremely draining and hard to sleep, eat, being so worried and concerned about little Junior. So I try to do these in doses, try to give y'all a little bit here, a little bit there, then switch it up, try to make y'all feel a little better and whatnot, instead of just always trying to throw a lot on you, just come forward and just break your heart, I know my subbies don't like their heart broken all the time. But I did see this, and y'all know I'm messy. Hold on, not this. Y'all know I'm messy. I'm just gonna set this right here. Hold on. Now y'all know I'm messy. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. Um, I'm about to play this for y'all. Look.
Here we go. We found Charles. Charles been riding around getting high. And all of that, him not answering the phone, that was just him being too high to answer the phone, and the person that he was with answered the phone for him. He kept telling me that he was out of town. Nope, that dude was here at all of the dope houses getting high. I still hadn't had a conversation with him. Everything is still through text. The only reason I know he's still alive is because I rode right past him in traffic. So he alive. Him and his dog was driving. He didn't say nothing to me. I didn't say nothing to him because he's still texting. He still won't answer his phone. So as of right now, I deleted him from everything and we don't talk.
Y'all, this Charles had it. Hold on. Oh my God.
Call the police. I did file a missing report, his person's report, and I got a wellness check done. On that wellness check, they find out that his dog is still in the house. The dog has been in there for 8 days. Whoever left the dog in there left it a big bucket of water and just cut open a bag of food. So it's shit everywhere. And look, when this dude goes to the hospital, he take his dog with him. Ain't no way that he left his dog and just cut open a bag of food. And
this is allegedly Charles' daddy. Netta and Charles' girl look. Now, at first I'm like, okay, is this true? But then I saw Netta. But y'all, then I saw Netta over here on the ground like the dog he was born. Girl, look, that's Netta. Look at this bat out the swamp. Look, hold on. Y'all got to see the other one. No, y'all got to get the full picture. Then I said, wait a minute, is they over there doing drugs? Girl, look at this gator fresh out the swamp. Look, y'all. What is happening? What is happening? What is going on? What is going on? Why is he on the ground? Them knees ain't what they used to be. Girl, look. He been down there a long time. Them knees is bad. Girl, he can't get up. Oh, this is wonderful. So y'all know I'm frying. Okay. Y'all know I'm frying on D-Neck. I am frying on the next live. Y'all already know. It must happen. Okay. But I love y'all so much. I will see y'all the next show. Okay. We'll be live tonight, 5 p.m. on Coffee. Hold on. I see my people over here. Hold on. Shout out to my boo. Truman Show says, and the absolutely 100%. Thank you so much for the super sticker, sweetheart Truman. Thank you, Truman Show. Shout out to my boo, Pretty Brown Eyes. She says 911, there needs to be a law put in place. I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. I could not. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And shout out to my baby, Toya Gaines, for the specific. I love you, Toya. I love you, girl. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I love y'all. I will see y'all tonight on Coffee, 5 p.m. Okay, bring your $4 if you haven't brought it already, and I will know. Okay, so check out my community wall around like 4-ish, 4 Central Standard Time, and the show title will be up and what we're going to be talking about today in the show. Okay, I will see y'all over there later on this evening. I love y'all so much. Okay, and until the next show, bye.
Activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways? So
Holy Spirit.
you better
Activate.
do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit. Activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit.
Before I get them, Lord.